the Madness Collective. My name is Crescent. My co-host is Antoine.
Hey.
And we may have a third person today. We may have a guest co-host. Not sure yet. Let's just wait and see if the tech works. We'll see. I don't know. Okay, so first time you're catching us, we are the Madness Collective. We do our best to recap the days, hours, minutes of headlines that happened in this era. So yeah, welcome to Madness Collective. All right, tonight, more Megan Thee Stallion, because that's not over. J.Lo dropped another collab. Sorry. The right wing's Taylor Tantrum continues. And speaking of crazy, the Chaos Caucus seems committed to impeaching a Biden cabinet member. And of course, more crazy, a QAnon dude decapitated his father, and this he talked about on YouTube. It's a mess. We'll talk about it. Also, more reasons why what's popping in the Red Sea is a problem for you, me, and all of us. What else? Sorry. Speaking of goods, let's talk about prison labor. My bad. Elmo asked how y'all were doing, and woo, that answer was not good. Then a woman in China literally said, "Fuck them kids." Right. And then last, a tweet about a woman in tech. So yeah, all that and more on this episode of the Madness Collective. Hi, Antoine.
Yeah, I'm here.
It's always good to see your face. Okay. So we like to just jump right in. Oh, you know what? I actually did not reopen this article. So we've been covering this Megan Thee Stallion, Nicki Minaj stuff. Beef. I don't even want to call it beef. Mess works. Maybe Sarah is joining us.
Oh, she is? Okay. Let's see. Let's see here. Hi, can you hear us, Sarah?
Hi.
You can hear us?
Yeah, I think it's working. I had a little restart. Okay. You know the old millennials version of solving things. Let's restart it and hope for the best.
Well, I'm glad you finally made it.
Hello, everyone. This is Sarah. Sarah, say hi.
Hi, everyone.
So
I love your shirt.
Thank you.
I'm a cat daddy over here.
It's like reefer madness with catnip madness.
I love it.
Lovely. So yeah, again, if you're tuning in for the first time, we try and sometimes have a guest co-host, and tonight that's Sarah. And Sarah, I wasn't sure how you wanted to be introduced as far as like what you do for a living. So
I'm just over here staying a vibe,
Okay, fair. I fully understand that. Okay, got it. So we are jumping in talking about the Megan Thee Stallion and Nicki Minaj mess, as Antoine called it. And so this has been going on since last Friday when Megan dropped a single and had one line in it that didn't mention Nicki, but Nicki felt some kind of way about it and proceeded to be unhinged for the next 3 days. 4 days. Did she stop on Monday? I don't even know. Like I felt like it went all weekend. So, but what's come from that is the Barbs, which are Nicki's fan base, are rabid and like straight up like insane for real. So they found the location of Meg's mom's grave, and fucking security had to like step up security and be like, because they were going to desecrate it. Didn't Nicki say something like, "Barbs, y'all know what to do"?
Yeah.
Something. You know what? Let me not speak on that. I don't know what that one. I don't know what she officially said, but what should have been said, regardless, is she should have said, "Barb, stand back and stand down." She should. Donald Trump even found a way to fucking let them words fall out his goddamn mouth. You don't. And I'm telling you, some of those Barbs are turning on her because of this. Because there's an extreme. The extreme ones are, they'll do this crazy shit, but some of them are like, you're not moving like a queen right now. This is not looking good, and I don't want to represent what the fuck you represent right now. Don't speak on that woman's mother. Just should not have. This idea, some of these articles are saying, as the TMZ article even said, basically tit for tat. Because she spoke on her husband, it's okay to speak on her mother that died because they're both family. Sorry. No. Those are not the same.
Absolutely not. No.
Especially when she didn't actually call him out. I mean, you took it as you and meeting you, and yeah, I think most people probably agree, but she didn't really say her name. I mean, this wasn't in the thing we were talking about, but I saw the other day too that the girl's father, who Megan's Law is made after, also is suing because
No. There's talk of him suing.
Talk of
him suing. And also, because I read a similar article and they're like, what also has been left unsaid is that he in that MAGA group, he's like, on that right-wing bullshit. So yeah, it makes sense that he's like, this is disrespectful. Mind you, everyone's like, Megan brought a lot of fucking, introduced a lot of people to Megan's Law.
The one I saw, he was like, I agree she did bring attention to it, but she shouldn't have mentioned my daughter's name. So I literally hadn't seen the actual lyric yet. And I go looking it up to see, because I'm thinking it's like, Megan can't, but I don't want to say her name, but I'm thinking it's like the girl's name and she's rhyming with that. And then I'm like, she didn't actually.
She didn't. She said her name.
And you should want people to bring attention to it.
The name also belongs to the artist who said it. You two are lawyers,
by the way.
You two are lawyers. Freedom of speech allows you to say, it's not salacious. Apparently, part of his problem is, the girls say a lot of nasty shit on their songs these days. Because again, it's fuck these niggas, get the bag, and I'm trying to get my pussy ate. And you get a BBL and a ghostwriter, and you in the top 10, bitch. But I'm right. Did I lie? Remember that Nicki meme? Did I lie?
No lies told.
No lies told. But the origin of this, every time something pops up in this fucking battle, it goes deep down a rabbit hole. The person who brought this to everybody's attention was Monique Slaughter from Love and Hip Hop. She posted a video, and she might be a barb. I learned this from, I think I saw a Lovely T video on it. I'm a tea sipper, bitch. So, Monique Slaughter got in her feelings over the fact that, she's like, this man lost his daughter. And I'm like, it's not your daughter. I can see why the father would be upset. But again, it's freedom of speech, whatever. But she was the one who brought it to everyone's attention. After she posted her video, then the father started talking shit. He wasn't even aware of anything about what this had to do with anything. So Monique's like Love and Hip Hop for this part.
Correct me if I'm wrong. The lyrics basically, y'all ain't mad at Megan, y'all mad at Megan's Law.
She says these hoes.
These hoes. Ain't mad at Megan. These hoes mad at Megan's Law. Meg's Law. Whatever, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. First of all, that lawsuit's going nowhere. So MAGA ass can go sit down someplace. Of course, everyone is very sorry what happened to your daughter.
Yeah.
Look, thankfully the law was created behind it.
Yeah.
We're done here. We're done. We're done with this. This is nonsense. Yeah. This is the barbs being fucking extra and crazy. And Monique's, girl, bye. Go sit down, please.
I had to explain the beef to my mom yesterday.
How'd that go?
And I said, Ma, you hear about it? She's like, what? I said, Megan and Nicki. She's like, no. And then I said, girl, this woman said 2 words and that other girl ain't shut up talking sense. And she said, what? And then I explained it to her. She's like, oh, I knew that they had to register, but I didn't know, I didn't know the name of the law. And then, because I researched it and I told about what happened to the little girl and everything. And so she was like, that was so creative how she did that.
Okay.
Really what hip hop is about. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, okay. And it's like, I'm sure it was about you and your man and your brother and all these,
Sarah, you're a lawyer. We don't know that. Okay, we don't know that. Sarah's not trying to say it, but Sarah too has a law degree. Okay, so I'm not by myself with that and being clown tonight. Okay,
she's a very effective lawyer.
Look, it was a lot more clever than rhyming foot 3 times with itself.
Wait, sorry, say that again, Sarah.
I said it was a lot more clever than just rhyming foot with itself like 3 times.
That's why I wanted you to repeat that, because that part. Thank you, Sarah. So just super quick, look, I looked up and I was like, oh, there's like a lot of comments. Let me fucking focus for 2 seconds.
Oh.
So Danielle said, okay, graphics. Thank you. Hey, Danielle. Hi, Khadijah. Khadijah's back in chat. A bunch of people shout out you, Sarah, Dion, and Khadijah. Hey, girl.
Yeah,
and then
back.
Dion, of
back.
course, Antoine, hashtag cat daddy. So
I'm like, maybe Riblet will make an appearance tonight. Who knows?
And then Danielle, when we were talking about Nicki, said hopefully she was admitted. I mean, it has gone quiet, so I don't know. I don't know where she at.
Well, we can show. I don't know if you want to intro it, but we can show. I do have a clip from Good Morning America, which she announced.
Oh, so well, I'll introduce it and yeah, you can show it. So
Okay.
Megan Thee Stallion was on Good Morning America yesterday morning, and later this year she's kicking off her tour. So if you want to show it,
hear this whole thing about Taylor Swift. I just want
that's one, not that one.
We knew. I knew it was gonna happen. I knew it was gonna happen soon. God damn it! Pressing all these goddamn buttons. Here she go.
Having the tour this year, the Hot Girl Summer Tour is going to be 2024 summertime. I feel like I've never been able to be outside doing my own thing during the summer, like since like 2019. So this is going to be the first time that I drop an album on time for the summer.
Okay.
I do want to give the hotties
Because
the
I want the Megan Thee Stallion.
experience.
Well, it depends on how much your tickets cost, but I would be down to consider going to the Megan Thee Stallion experience. Now, my knees can't do what your knees can do,
No.
but respect.
No.
Respect. No. Danielle said it would be more of an issue, make more sense if her name was not Megan and she said it. Like,
yes.
if you see it, I could see it being more of a problem. So, yeah, no, fair. So later summer, Megan Thee Stallion. And that's the thing. Megan is continuing on with her business, okay? And that's the part that I love, I think, the most about it. She said shit about that lady. Nothing else. Nope. Hey, wait, still ain't said her name, right? As far as I can tell.
No.
Okay. She hasn't. Look, interpret stuff how you want. She didn't say nothing.
Right. Okay, so today while we're prepping, I was emailing Antoine, some assets and the show flow and la la la. So he hits me up. He goes, "Hey, add this to the show flow," and it is a new J.Lo track featuring Latto. And so Danielle, who's watching right now, hey Danielle, I was like, "Hey, did you know J.Lo dropped a new track?" And she was like, "Oh." Antoine.
Yeah, I'm trying to find. Y'all keep talking. I'm because I took screenshots. We have to talk about the screenshots. I'm gonna show them.
I have a lot of thoughts, but like not that many thoughts.
I have a few too, Sarah. So the song is "Can't Get Enough" featuring Latto, who I love. Okay, love me some Latto. Okay, one thing.
Love you a Latto. Sorry, I had to do it.
Yeah, I do. It's the facts. J.Lo's body is amazing. I will 1000% give her that. This is an interesting collab. I'll say that. Also, I think that she might need to, if she wants to keep putting out music, maybe get with Timberland or, I don't like. That's just my opinion. Initial thoughts.
I think the album, because first off, this video with Latto is a remix to a song she released 2 weeks ago. And then the other one, it looks like it might be from a movie. It shows her getting married 3 or 4 times. And the wedding almost looks like Candace's wedding from Real Housewives of Potomac. They spent a lot of fucking money. She's literally at a wedding reception. There's flowers hanging from the ceiling. But I watched it and I heard her and I was like, I think, because the album is called This Is Me Now. And I think the other album was This Is Me Then. So I think she's doing a throwback. I think the sound, because if you listen to the song, it sounds like an old J.Lo song. So I think that's on purpose. Because she even shows, that's why I think there's so many different looks in the video. But yeah, I at some point I just muted it and just watched the video.
Yeah. I don't know why she even said. Are you gonna play? Or you're just gonna show clips?
Oh no, we're just showing. They wait. Look, you a lawyer. You know what the word litigious means.
I was making sure. I didn't think so. All right. One of my thoughts, honestly, was that I never really thought she was a great singer. Let's be honest. There was a lot of synthesizer involved. She was like an entertainer, but she that she was a good dancer. She was a fly girl.
No lies told.
Business sense, you know what I mean? And I know more recently, she's been doing all the Intimissimi lingerie ads and everything, became the spokeswoman. So I was feeling like a lot of those things she was wearing, I'm like, I wouldn't be surprised if some of that was some Intimissimi stuff and she doing product placement and getting extra payment while she is just rolling around in beds and wearing corsety, satin underwear top, lingerie top. I was like, she getting her Intimissimi money, and it's probably more about that than it is about the video. But I will say,
no, go ahead.
I love the Sean Paul and Sasha song. Enough that I even remember was Sean Paul and Sasha. That's what she's sampling in there, right? The Sean Paul and Sasha.
Oh, I had no idea. I'm normally a music guy. I had no idea.
Man, to be all over this. That was a very popular song. I wasn't the only one who loved it. It was really good. The video was good. I'm still in love. Remember with you? Remember?
Oh my God! Really yeah.
You were probably already muting it by the time she got there because it's about 17 songs in one. This song she did. It's like 17. I'm like, girl, are you still on the same song? But yes, I will say.
I remember that song.
Example, a very popular throwback song, which
So I was distracted by all of this. Like there was a lot of this and nakedness, which again, her body's banging. Look, at she's 52.
Whatever age she looked good.
Speaking of all this, let's look at her together.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, take that away.
Sure.
She looks really good right there. So that's slide one. Really demure right there. It's go get spicy in a minute, nigga.
Demure.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Touching her titties. He's okay with it. She's married, but go ahead and touch it. Okay. We get real spicy right here.
That's the pose I was going for. That one.
Yeah. That's nice. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Nipples. Wait. I need to go. Look. I'm gay, but I ain't stupid. That's nice right there. Shit. Okay. So we got nipples. When I saw the nipples, I was taken aback because I thought when you put the nipples on, that's what makes it not okay to show, because now it looks kind of pornographic.
Well, no. That's the style now to wear the top, whatever that has nipples in it. Honestly, that's the style.
You know who started this?
Nicki Minaj?
No.
Oh, sorry. Who?
Azealia Banks. Banks in that Anna Wintour video. She's the one that started. The nipples look. I mean, the areola. It's gigantic nipples. At any rate,
I was like activists in the 70s. I don't know.
No, I called it spicy Zorro. This heifer climbed out the window, and all these niggas are in a pool, and she climbs out the window and slides down the rope in her fucking bikini. J.Lo is crazy.
So, Sarah, when you were talking about the sample, the reason why I didn't hear the sample is because I was distracted by this rope shimmy, spicy Zorro shit. So, keep going, Antoine.
The rope shimmy photo. It's like Intimissimi swim collection.
Yeah, this is obviously her and Latto's feature. Latto wasn't giving shit on this song. It's her worst verse ever.
I love Latto.
No, I like Latto. Her verse on here is not good.
Man,
it's just not a good song.
The whole song is weird.
Yeah. Let's see what else. Oh, more ass. That is her ass. She climbing through a lit tunnel or some shit. I don't know. I don't know
that
what's going
very
on.
Like, this is why Ben came back,
Okay.
Is she touching herself?
She is. What's T-Bob's son? I don't think it's wrong to touch yourself.
It's not intimate to me in anything,
Yeah. Look, that ain't the only. Look, she gonna do it again. Oh, nasty ass. Look, all up in the crack. J.Lo, you need to stop.
And that was like an iPad. Like, she's like doing phone sex.
It is an iPad.
That is what she's doing. That is what she's doing. Look. Showing Batman all the motherfucking goods. I see you, J.Lo. Damn, that's titties right there. This is my favorite. This is giving me life. That is giving me life. So yeah, that's J.Lo.
J.Lo's alive and well. She's still in great shape.
Okay.
Yeah. Somebody said to me, I sent them the video and I said, just put it on mute. Look at the visuals, and they said she looks amazing, but it's all smoke and mirrors. She don't fucking look like that in real life.
I mean, there's only so many filters I feel like you can mess with on video, but I guess there's a lot of cleaning up you can do. I mean, she looks good. Her body though, she looks good. Her body looks good. Like we gotta give her that.
Her body is real good.
Super quick tech note is the audio is a little in and out, so I think sometimes when we're talking at the same time, it will cut, but we got to be careful about talking over each other because we can't hear.
Got you.
No.
Got you.
Okay. Taylor Tantrum continues. Antoine, so how about this? So that Rolling Stone image, the article.
Okay, I'll bring that up in a second.
Okay, so title is Trump allies pledge holy war against Taylor Swift. And yeah, we'll see that image in a second. And so I rewrote it as indicted man baby pouts and hates on popular artists, cult members vow vengeance. Okay? Because how are you talking about a holy war against motherfucking Taylor Swift? Like, what is really going on right now? So for people who don't know, she did officially endorse Biden in 2020. So the Trump campaign, Trump people, Trump crazies are concerned that that's what she's going to do again. Because of course she is, because who the fuck is trying to endorse you who got any sense? Sorry, let me focus.
Yeah.
That man, Orange Hitler, has privately claimed that he is more popular than Taylor and has more committed fans than she does. You wish. Also, he seems flabbergasted and can't understand how he was not named Times Person of the Year last year. Sorry. Okay.
You a grown ass man. You damn near 3 times as old as this woman. Like, what is wrong with you? Just the fact that you say, because what did they say? They said, I've got more fans than her. What? Why would you say that?
Why is that coming out your mouth?
Yeah.
Would you say, Sarah?
So he's treating her as bad as he treats Tiffany, his daughter.
Facts. So she did come at him, blasted him in 2020 election, accusing him, I don't know about accusing, I think is accurate, accusing him of trying to blatantly cheat and put millions of Americans' lives at risk regarding his administrative efforts to hinder mail-in voting during the COVID-19 pandemic. I mean, that sounds accurate to me. Others close to him, including GOP, right. So Taylor Swift's politics can be summed up as register to vote and vote in every election, be kind to each other. This is what is scaring Republicans, okay, which is super sad. So since late last year, Trump allies have been trying to figure out how to turn the culture war up and basically attack her, just in case she re-endorses Biden this year, which I think hopefully she will do.
I brought that up by mistake, by the way, Chris. We're ready to bring that up. I pressed the button by mistake. I'm sorry.
But I think there's one other tweet that's talking about that, and then we can do the video.
I'll bring that one up as well.
Okay.
Let me see.
Then let's see. Okay. Yeah, so they're basically figuring out the best way to attack her, which I'm just like, so yeah, I think that's it. One tweet was like, oh, GOP, how can we get more young women involved and, support us? Political consultant, we have a huge women problem. GOP, what if we declare war on Taylor Swift? Y'all are nuts. Wow. Then on Monday, Trump's lawyer, I don't even want to call her lawyer because speaking of lawyering, she's terrible. Alina Habba.
She's a terrible person.
So bad.
Alina Habba shared a post that said, who thinks this country needs a lot more women like Alina Habba and a lot less like Taylor Swift? Girl, bye. Your ass don't even know how to lawyer. Like, stop it. Please shut up. Then Fox News host Jeanine Pirro, who, now if you want to watch some crazy shit on Fox, that's the lady to watch. She warned Swift to stay out of 2024. Don't get involved. Don't get involved in politics. We don't want to see you there. They are scared of this woman.
Yeah. And
I'm like, is she not an American citizen? Does she not vote? Like, what? All right. And then then the last thing is they're also mad at Travis because he's a Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine spokesperson. All right. So before we show these next 2 clips, go ahead, Sarah.
I was going to say the funniest thing about we should have more people like Alina Habba, Trump literally just got hit with an $83.3 million verdict while you're saying that. It's like, more losers? It's just no, I don't, we don't need more no, people.
We don't.
I don't know.
We do not need it.
Karen referred to Judge was it Pirro as Judge Boxo Wine. I didn't want to say that. I didn't want to say that. Okay, I didn't want to say that, but yeah, that part. So yeah, Antoine, this is again us trying to figure out our videos.
Yeah, which one you want to play first?
The Hannity video.
Okay, I'm gonna pull it up right now.
Okay, great.
maybe she just bought into all the lies about conservatives and Republicans, that they're racist and sexist and homophobic and xenophobic and transphobic and Islamophobic, that Republicans and conservatives want dirty air and water and a total ban on all abortion with no exceptions. If she believes all that, she is believing a lie, because those talking points are simply untrue. Now, I'm just saying, maybe she wants to think twice before making a decision about 2024. Here with reaction.
Okay, so that honestly was the best description, most accurate description of the motherfucking Republican Party I think I've heard to date. Like,
no lies told. Like, why are you trying to act like that's not what y'all want? Just stand 10 toes in it. They always lying. They steal and they lie all the time.
Also, so this whole, especially, I mean, look, everything he said, accurate. Not a lie, accurate. And then this whole Republicans want a total ban on abortion. That's exactly what the fuck y'all want. Y'all are talking about if you motherfuckers make it back into the White House and keep Congress, which God forbid, no. Y'all are talking about a national ban on abortion. And please don't be in Texas and having a complication, because Texas is gonna tell your ass kick rocks. Sorry, you're gonna have to carry that damn fetus.
We literally have 24 states where abortion is banned, and out of those 24, you know, a lot of them, you know, it's a partial ban, but it's like most of them, if you find out you're pregnant and it's been under 10 weeks, you cannot get an abortion. Some of them it's less than 6 weeks. And then some of them, it don't matter. You cannot get a fucking abortion no matter what.
So again, the lawsuit that's popping off right now in Texas is also, though, about clarifying exceptions for the mother. Like that right there, that is part of their language. And yet when this has been tested, nah, they're like, oh, I'm sorry, your fetus is not developing properly and it's gonna be born with half a skull. No, you can't get an abortion here.
And they're all, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, those are all red states, correct?
Yeah.
So that's what's crazy to me when he sits there and says that half the country is going to have a problem getting an abortion because 24 states in the union of 50 have made it illegal. Like, that's a lie. Like, come, just.
Sorry, Sarah. Sarah's nodding.
And some of the states will place a bounty on your ass to try to bring you back if you try to get one in another state too. So
yeah. Oh, and if you snitch on somebody, don't you get a reward or some shit in some of the states? Like, it's crazy.
No, it's wild out here. And Karen said, and we're actually going to bring us something that Karen said, this is just like when they say they ended slavery. They would bring slavery back with the quickness of giving half a chance. They have brought slavery back. It's called prison labor, but we're going to talk about that later.
Yeah.
Okay, so now, yeah, stay tuned. Stay with us. So now you can do the Colin Hurd video, because I think this is a great response to their insanity.
Okay.
So.
The thing about Taylor Swift, I just want to watch football. Liar. You're lying. A football telecast is not just football. In fact, the commercials for 4 hours before the Super Bowl will be widely watched. Listen to this. The New York Times measured how long she was actually on the broadcast. Do you know how long it is on average? 25 seconds in 3.5 hours. Against the Ravens, it was up to a whopping 32 seconds. It was 14 Chiefs and Raiders on Christmas, 12 Chiefs and Bengals, 24 seconds, Buffalo, Kansas City. She was on for a minute against the Dolphins, but it was an absolutely awful broadcast. They should have had a concert in the middle of it. That would have been more interesting. Matthew McConaughey, all right. Drake on everything. Spike Lee, Knicks games. 80s, 90s, Jack Nicholson, Laker games. It's cool. Saw Jack. But a talented and beautiful woman is on the air. One who would never pay attention to lonely men, and it bothers them.
Hello. I was like, I don't really check for his show, but I was checking for that video. So yeah. Thank you.
I'm sorry I keep hitting the wrong buttons, y'all. We still working through it.
I was scared. I was like, oh no, did my Wi-Fi go out?
As a matter of fact, let me move this motherfucker out of the fucking
tech. This is the second week of Tech Week. Okay, just work with us, right?
We gonna be straight. We gonna be straight for Black History Month. We go act a goddamn fool for Black History Month.
Oh, like we're not already? Okay, great. Okay, so speaking of crazy, enter the Chaos Caucus. Okay, so fucking MAGA GOP House Republicans are trying to look like they're about to impeach Mayorkas, who is the Homeland Security Secretary person. He's in Biden's cabinet. So, because a lot of times it's like, who's doing what? He is in Biden's cabinet, okay? And their issue is his mishandling of the border. And I'm like, I was actually going to go into detail exactly what they're like saying is an issue, but I'm not, because there's actually no real issue. And the fact that they might have a deal in Congress, like the toughest immigration law they could ever hope to get passed, that like a fucking Democratic president would sign, and they are blocking it because they don't want to see this giving Biden a win, right? Like Trump needs to keep this as an issue so he can campaign on it. So y'all out here trying to impeach the dude who's been tasked with handling this, and there's a possible law that can get passed to help it, but y'all want to fuck with it.
Blocking it. Yeah.
Okay.
This is what he looks like if anybody cares.
Yeah. Oh, poor guy.
Poor man.
And just as a reminder regarding impeachment, the Constitution gives Congress the power to impeach federal officials. An official can be impeached for treason, bribery, and other high crimes and misdemeanors, none of which has taken place with dealing with this goddamn border, okay? The point is to embarrass a member of Biden's cabinet. And also, because Trump has been impeached twice, as he should have been, they're trying to basically almost, I don't want to say cheapen impeachment, but kind of, y'all got an impeached person too. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Because that's not going anywhere in the Senate. Sorry, I just wanted to add that. Like, if the House does impeach him, the Senate's not going to vote to convict, because the Senate, thankfully, is still controlled by the Democrats. So that'll be the end of that. Go ahead, Sarah.
I'm saying it's just tit for tat. It's like just their vengeance. Like, oh, you did it, we're going to do it to you now. And I mean, my thing is, it's like, God willing, I got a lot more years left in this life, and I don't want to like have to do this for like decades. Just watch people just play tit for tat impeachment over bullshit because you guys have like this totally crooked person you worship who has like 90 indictments and all these things against him, and y'all like worship him. And it's just like, I don't want to have to like spend the rest
91. Of my life. It's 91. But keep going.
I don't want to spend the rest of my life, watching like it's like a waste of government resources. Like, they have like, why don't you guys spend time solving like homelessness instead of, just making stuff up because you're like mad and you're throwing a tantrum. So now you're going to do it now. You did it, so we're going to do it now.
That's what I hate is the resources. It's a waste of taxpayer money. You just being petty like this. You already know that man ain't going nowhere. Just let it go. Let it go.
No. This waste of resources, a waste of time. And again, y'all have already said it. The Republicans need to campaign on this. Y'all can't campaign on abortion because that didn't go well for you assholes, right? The economy is doing well for a decent enough amount of people, not everybody, because shit is still high outside. Okay, real talk.
I ain't saying.
But it's not the failure that was being predicted, right? So y'all ain't got nothing else to campaign on but the border, and y'all are determined to make that continue to have that be an issue. And again, this immigration shit been an issue for a long time. And also, what's pointed out today, which is a good reminder. Remember when Trump first went to office, he had both houses, right? He had the Senate and he had Congress and he had the House. And he had the White House. Did immigration get passed then? Did a wall get built? No.
And that's the thing that I don't, it's for your party to constantly act like they know all the answers. You allegedly had all the answers. You control both houses. You controlled the White House. And we're still in the same situation. If I'm not mistaken, the statistic that I read, the Biden administration has turned away or deported more people in 3 years than the Trump administration did in 4.
Yeah.
So to try and diminish Biden's contribution as if he's not doing anything, on paper, he's done more. The only reason people don't fucking know about it is because he don't go to a mountaintop and scream it to everybody every single day because this nigga is working. He's working.
Also, if you're watching Fox News, they're not telling the truth, right? They're not going to, because it's not in their best interest to do that. They're going to tell you bullshit, and they're going to show all these fucking images of like, it looks like the border's being overrun, and like, look at these people who don't look like us, and fentanyl. Like, they're just going to keep saying things that are scary sounding You're not getting the accurate story.
You show white people a bunch of brown people and fentanyl and guns. They're like, oh my gosh.
Wait. Meanwhile, as we talked about a couple of shows ago, the fentanyl was in the White House. The fentanyl was coming from the house.
Coming from inside the house.
Thank you. Okay.
I just want to point out, I have given up on trying to correct people on how to pronounce fentanyl. It's not, everybody says fentanyl now, so now I have to say it. Because if I say fentanyl, people gonna look at me like, nigga, what the fuck you talking about? It's fentanyl.
That's why I said it that way, because that's what I hear more often.
That's all you hear is fentanyl. It's like nobody wants to say fentanyl. I'm like, when did it, because it almost sounds like they trying to turn it, because fentanyl sounds like alcohol. I don't know. I'm just
blame it on the fentanyl.
Right. Okay, continuing on with crazy. And I put this story on the shelf low just because this is the Madness Collective. And again, at this juncture, most of the headlines are insane, but this one, some still just take the cake. Some just take the cake. So, New York Post headline, QAnon aligned son decapitates federal employee dad, shows off traitor's head in sick YouTube video.
I saw the video.
Ooh,
you saw the video?
Yeah, I saw the video. That's what the sign looks like. Yeah, I saw the video, and you know how I was. Well, I'm not gonna tell y'all how I was able to see it, but
so just quickly, it's a 14-minute video, and he lifted up the severed head in a plastic bag. Correct?
It's disturbing. Yeah, it's very disturbing, and totally giving. You know that incel energy. Nobody will give him pussy, so he go sit at home and do a bunch of crazy shit. It's sad, and the thing is, who on that side is speaking on this? Are you trying to separate yourself from it? You're not speaking on it. He's one of yours. You created this.
So
you created this. Cutting off heads. Cut off his fucking father's head. Started talking about LGBTQ plus agendas, Black Lives Matter, all this shit. That's your guy.
So yeah, unhinged rant against the government in line with QAnon conspiracy theories. He said the head belonged to a federal employee of over 20 years, right? His dad. He's calling for militias across the U.S. to unite and kill federal officials on site. As Antoine said, I saw LBGTQ. I thought it was LG. You know what? I'm not going to get into that. Okay.
Look, I'm a member, and the shit confuses me. So go ahead, girl.
Sarah, I was like, what? So then calling for, as Antoine noted, calling for the slaughter and public execution of FBI agents, IRS employees, U.S. Marshals, federal judges, border control officers, and more for betraying their country. And as Antoine noted, this guy and way too many other people are planning to vote for Trump. Actually, I'm sorry. He's not going to vote for Trump because he's going to be in jail. But the rest of the kids who follow him, the rest of the crazies, they voting for Trump.
Yeah, it's disgusting. It was really, I remember when I saw the video, it reminded me of like something from like, I don't know if any of y'all have ever seen Faces of Death. They used to release these videos. And it would show people, you know, and yeah, and them being in the play, it was very disturbing. It was very disturbing. But yeah, this is what happens when because the fact that they go sit there and act like Marjorie Taylor Greene doesn't feel the same way that this man feels. That these are the people representing us as citizens here in the United States. It's sick. It's fucked up.
So Sarah, go ahead, Sarah.
When I got to this part of the stuff, I was like, wait, what? I missed that story because like that's crazy. Like I was like, this is like true madness. Like now we doing decapitations, patricide. We it's like it's a lot, and like so I'm reading through the article. He's got his crazy books. He's got his crazy music and stuff. He's got his poems he wrote while high, whatever. He got all this crazy stuff. But then you get to the part where they're like, he's mad at the government about student loans because they, tricked him or whatever. They like, basically coerced him into taking out these loans. And now he can't get a job commensurate with his stuff. And I was like, don't make me relate to this boy now. Don't you make me.
So wait, so to that point, right? So he previously had filed 3 lawsuits against federal agencies, including the U.S. government, over his student loan debt, right? Biden was trying to help with that, you fucker.
Exactly.
Like, I know, you should have been more happy with him.
Like, it's like it literally does not compute, okay? He was literally trying to help. I mean, you're crazy, so that's different. And then as Sarah was noting, he said he couldn't find a job. I'm like, gee, why? You seem like such a model employee.
Not you.
Right? So wait, also, he chalked up his lack of employment to employers' perception of him as an overeducated white male, which led to affirmative action against him whilst providing no benefits.
But also, this might be one of the best arguments to get rid of student loans that I've seen yet, because we don't want people to start running around just decapitating folk. We don't want this to become like a thing. Thankfully, my loans were forgiven last year. I'm good. Mom, you're safe. Yeah. Like, everything's cool over here. But also, like, this could be like, you're going to see this in the Senate. Like, look, we got to start doing better stuff with the loans because our necks are in danger and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, this is
our necks. Are you crazy?
This is like serious. This is like this is some messed up stuff, and this is like woo. Like,
I'm trying to see that as a political ad. I don't know how that might play, but I see where you're going with it. I see where you're going, and I do want to
decapitate the loan debt before they decapitate you. Like, I don't know. We could work with this. Like, I feel like there's something in there for the Senate floor, and
so that needs to be part of the guerrilla campaign. That's just sort of like, on the dark web, kind of maybe sort of. I don't know. We'll see. I do want to read, as Sarah mentioned, he's the alleged killer. Anyway, sorry. He's the author of self-published. He self-published 6 books, including Poems I Wrote While Stoned, The Second Messiah, King of Earth. He's also a musician with 4 albums on Spotify. Can y'all take those down? His songs include They Came for Justin. How do you say his last? I don't care. Whatever. Wonky Honky and Judge Kathy Toilet.
Who probably denied one of his motions, so he wrote a song about her and changed her last name to Toilet. Let's be honest. It's pretty obvious where this is going. This isn't anything complicated here, Yeah,
he's certifiable.
Look at Karen's comment. Karen said, "Protect your neck."
Protect your neck. Write a check.
By the way, Preston, you know what's messed up? Depending on what state, I can't remember what state he's in and what their laws are.
Pennsylvania.
He's probably not going to trial right away. He might still have voting rights from the jail while he's not convicted, by the way. So I wouldn't say he's definitely not able to vote. It's possible he has the right to vote still, unless he takes an early plea or something and ends up in prison,
Bless his heart. Danielle, that's hilarious.
Forgive student loans. They out here decapitating people. That's the slogan. That is.
Someone's going to have it all the time.
We can't. We're moving on. So, headline is attacks on ships in the Red Sea are disrupting global trade. So the reason why I wanted to include this is because, look, with this war in Gaza, with this war between Israel and Gaza, let me sort of try and phrase it properly. The Houthi rebels in Yemen are the ones like firing drones are the reason why we had 3 soldiers that were killed. And so it's fucking up the trade route. And so actually, Antoine, go ahead and put the image up.
Okay.
And because I was talking to a friend and he was like, I don't get it. I was like, there is a more direct route that they can take, but if they take that route, they're getting shot upon. And so they have to take this other long ass route that's fucking up trade. So, right. So like car factories in Belgium and Germany aren't getting parts they need. Some spring fashion lines are not getting to Britain that they need to get to. A Maryland company is not getting hospital supplies because they don't know when they're going to come in from Asia. There's also an issue with a drought that's making it hard to go use the Panama Canal. So shit is like a hot ass mess. And because of this, so what's happening right now is like short-term chaos, which can lead to increased costs. So again, all this shit is like connected that you're not really aware of, but that's why this shit needs to get resolved. Look, I know we don't necessarily want to give Israel more money, but they are our allies in the Middle East for a reason. Okay.
Yeah.
And maybe Monday, I don't want to talk about it on Friday. Maybe Monday we'll try and tackle some of that issue, that matter that's going on. But this needs to get resolved. While the Republicans are in Congress fucking around and playing.
Well,
Like
they are working on right now. The United States is talking. I just heard this on NPR a couple hours ago. They're trying to do a 6-week ceasefire, and the United States is part of the negotiations. So hopefully that happens. And again, it's the same thing. They want. I don't want to use the wrong words. In exchange of prisoners for hostages. Yes. Yeah, because I don't want to call people the wrong thing because, that could be upsetting. So we'll see. And it's wild. I looked at, I forgot what a time saver these canals are because I went and looked at the Panama Canal. The Panama Canal, I forget what it's called. Is it the Horn, the Cape Horn, something? The tip of South America, when it's dangerous down there to go around from the Pacific Ocean to get to the Atlantic Ocean. But when you go through the Panama Canal, it saves almost a quarter the amount of travel that you have to do. So it's similar to what's happening. They're having to go all the way around Africa at the bottom past South Africa to go around because they can't use the canal. And some of these containers, I mean, it varies, but when everything was cool, it might have been $1,500 to send a container that contain 40,000 items or whatever. Now that price has gone up like 5 times. And they pass that on to the consumers that buy the products that are in the container. So it's causing inflation.
Period. Like that. There you go.
Yeah. And Karen, the thing that you would put up with the Panama Canal, that whole thing is about drought. If people didn't hear that one, is drought is preventing people from going that way. The only thing I really have to say about this is, like, when I was reading it, my first thought was, y'all remember what happened last time the Suez Canal was tied up? Toilet paper shortage. So I'm about to go to get some more toilet paper, put it in the trunk. It's not worth it. I never got to a point where I had to use alternates like socks. Like, I don't do something. So I never got to that place in 2020. I don't intend to get to it now. You guys are my militia family, so because I care about you, I'm here to just tell all of you, consider a 12-pack of Scott, consider getting, some toilet paper.
I didn't even think about that. And okay. Yeah. So
I'm getting a bidet this year. They got them for $200. You don't have to plug them into an outlet. It works with the pressure and it can replace, it ain't a fancy one. It ain't a nice Japanese one, but it'll replace the seat on your toilet and it has the jets underneath it. So yeah, I'm gonna do that.
And here's the thing: if you've never had the experience of a bidet, it will change your life. Okay, and especially if you want a high tech ass spot, because one of the places where we were holding workshops, this is all modern, teched up. The seats are warm. You got a whole bunch of buttons you can press. It's a magical experience. Mm-hmm. Sorry. Moving on. Not magical experience at all. Opposite, in fact. Headline is the AP's investigation regarding how prison labor supports many popular food brands in a sweeping 2-year investigation. Okay. So the Associated Press found goods linked to U.S. prisoners wind up in supply chains in an array of products, from Frosted Flake cereal to ballpark hot dogs to Golden Medal flour and Coca-Cola. They're on shelves in most supermarkets, including Kroger, Target, Aldi, and Whole Foods. Although Whole Foods said that they don't, which I'm like, yeah, that's why y'all prices so high. Which, yes, thank you. That's fine. I'd rather pay some high prices than knowing that this shit came from prison labor. So just as a history note, the origin of prison labor was in 1865 when the 13th Amendment, outlawed slavery and involuntary labor, except as a punishment for a crime. So, and I remember I was listening to the story last night, like the population of Black people who were incarcerated went from like 5% or 10% to like 50% after the Civil War, right? But also before that, you was on somebody's plantation, so they won't let their property get locked up for too long. So there's that element too.
Nope.
Sometimes the prisoners are paid in pennies. They have zero protections. They can't sue if anything goes wrong. That's just it. And also, if they complain, they might face punishment with, like, especially if you're about to get out soon. Maybe not. Maybe solitary confinement. It's a fucking hot ass mess. So I just want to bring attention to that because the story has been floating around for the last couple of days. So Just want to mention
Yeah, it's the last time white people got away with getting a bunch of cheap labor without having to really pay for it is that other word. Same thing, same difference.
Yeah, I spent some time doing prison monitoring and jails monitoring and being inside of incarcerated facilities and really seeing all that stuff firsthand. And I mean, it's really insane. I mean, it's like, people like, some people, it's like, oh, it's voluntary, but like nothing is really voluntary when you're like locked up and stuff. It's like, it's voluntary because you'd rather maybe be doing certain jobs than what you would be doing otherwise and stuff. Or yeah, maybe you're going to get out sooner, or you're going to get like, better privileges or whatever. But it's like, none of that is voluntary. Like, let's be honest. And, yeah, like they pay you like little to nothing, and it's just so much exploitation. And I know when I was a public defender in another state, one of the things that caused a lot of controversy is, I worked there for like 6 years, and maybe 4 years into me being there, something like that, the management decided that they were going to start using prison labor for our business cards. Everyone was like, what the fuck are you actually talking about? Like, these are our clients. Like we're not okay with this. Like, we're not okay with you using prison labor to make the public defender's business cards. Like, that is absolute. Like, it was. They're like, a better rate. I bet it's a better rate because it's like slavery. So
it feels to me like a lawyer should be able to, because to me it's unconstitutional. It's cruel and unusual punishment, because regular Americans have a basic wage that they're allowed to make, because they don't want people to be taken advantage of and to do this. And also because disproportionately we make up almost 40% of prisoners, so that's why it feels a lot like slavery. You know what I'm saying?
Also, the Angola plantation is a maximum security prison farm in Louisiana. One of I think the oldest operated one. It is named Angola after the former slave plantation that occupied this fucking territory. And that plantation was named after the country of Angola, from which many slaves originated before arriving in motherfucking Louisiana. This is all bad across the board.
You're giving corporations. I mean, because when I was younger, I didn't know what the fuck people were talking about when they started talking about the prison industrial complex and shit. And so when you think about it, it's the same thing with. So when you go to Europe and you turn the TV on, you don't see ads for pharmaceuticals,
right?
Because they don't belong there. Your doctor is supposed to prescribe pharmaceuticals, but they know that they can make more money if they put it in people's heads that they have an ailment. Oh, you probably got restless leg syndrome. Bring it up to your doctor. Your doctor hears that. He knows that the manufacturers of that pharmaceutical give a kickback every time he gives out a prescription for it. That's not how it's supposed to work. So it's the same thing with this. You can't putting people in prison gives corporations an incentive to keep people in prison. And guess who some of the biggest contributors to politicians' campaigns are? Corporations. So it's cyclical. You can't.
Wait. Thanks, Supreme Court with Citizens United. Thank you for that.
Yes, that's the worst thing that ever happened. That Citizens United shit. So yeah, it's just terrible. And again, disproportionately affects niggas. Always. Yes. Because it's the same thing where, the fact that we're more likely to go to jail for offenses that white people, because I feel like the way a lot of rich white people look at this, it's like, well, you out here committing crimes and shit, you deserve to be there, and what we do with you, if you didn't want to be doing this shit, you shouldn't be in there. And they say that when it's one of us, but when one of their sons, when Chad is raping Becky when she's passed out by a dumpster, the judge says, well, he has his whole life ahead of him. We're not going to throw the book at him. It's just crazy. Like, this shit is so blatantly racist. It's so blatantly racist. It's disgusting.
So again, while some black men out here talking about, I'm supporting Trump, what the fuck is wrong with you, hater? Hate yourself. Just hate yourself. So I want to give some information. Angola is the largest maximum security prison in the U.S. with 6,300 prisoners and 1,800 in staff. Go ahead, Sarah. You about to say something?
I was going to say, and then not only do they use us for the prison labor, but they use us for the numbers as well, for voting and redistricting and all that stuff. And I'll never forget watching like Oz back in the day, that HBO show, when they had the dude in the wheelchair who would always like open the show with monologues and stuff, and just start off and just drop knowledge all over your ass, just dropping knowledge on you, you know? And one of the episodes began with a monologue all about that, and about how they use the prison numbers to say bring up the population, but then none of those people can vote because they're all prison.
Yeah.
That part.
It's like they're getting like more senators and more things, and then that's why some of these places are so happy to open a prison. You're like, who would want a prison there? Oh, they do, because they're just going to bring a bunch of people and lock them up, but they're going to use them for numbers, and then it's like 5 white rich people who don't live in the prison are the ones actually getting to vote and stuff.
It's an investment. It's an investment.
Yeah, and I remember him ending his monologue with "the census is senseless," and I'll be like 85. I'll remember that monologue because it was like. Yeah.
The census is senseless. I like that.
The actor's name is Harold. I don't want to mispronounce his last name. Is it Perrineau? Perrineau. He's an amazing actor. Love him.
Yeah, he was on Lost as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And that, if you read about his experience on Lost,
yeah.
Yet again, racism everywhere you go. So yeah. Anyway. So moving on in terms of mental health crisis, because it's not like there's not anything, a bunch of shit happening. So Elmo from Sesame Street, that Elmo, he sent out a tweet that said, "Elmo is just checking in. How is everybody doing?" Well,
Elmo.
And I didn't know what had happened. I saw a tweet that said, "Elmo ain't gonna be asking no questions like that again." I was like, "What happened?" And then I read it and I was like, "Oh!" And when right before we came on, that post has 184.7 million views, like right now. Poor Elmo.
So sweet.
So then the Samantha Matlin, I think Malton, is the EVP, Chief Marketing and Brand Officer for Sesame Workshop, and she told the New York Times, she's like, she doesn't think anyone anticipated how deeply this particular question would resonate, right? So literally, people were like, "Yeah, not good, dude. It's not a good time."
They over there, they don't look. They like, nigga, I'm over here, I'm drinking. I'm hoping ain't no fentanyl in this fucking coke I just scored. I hope you doing good over there in them Sesame streets. Right. Over here struggling like a motherfucker. They got my brother making fucking beef patties for McDonald's for 2 cents an hour. How you like them apples, Elmo? Sorry you asked.
Look, motherfuckers are like, I got laid off. You know what I'm saying? Rent too motherfucking high. Like, Cats is like, it's bad out here, Elmo. It's bad. Poor thing. Look at the kitty. Oh, hey, kitty.
Yeah, I brought Redlet for the emotional
so cute. Those eyes.
Coco somewhere stretched out on the sofa, like, I ain't, whatever, you good.
I felt like,
don't play that.
I felt like the Sesame Street people really missed an opportunity though to do because they did a hashtag emotional well-being, and I'm like, they should have also done like hashtag emotional well-being for Elmo. You know what I mean? I'm like, they're missing out on really important hashtag moments.
That's true.
They need to hire you.
It's always a rabbit hole with everything though. Remember the original guy that did Elmo? It was a black dude. And
we don't talk about that.
Hey, if we could bring up Nicki's husband, we gotta bring up our own problems. So yeah, it's a po thing. Elmo has been through a lot.
You look at your kitty. Okay, well, a couple things. One, obviously, we're going a little bit past an hour, although we're not supposed to, but we're going to tonight. So we got some tech stuff. Also, I'm sorry I keep touching my hair. I'm not used to being in a bun. It's been a little bit of a crazy day. My bad. Biden responded. Okay, I'm going to read this response, and then let's think about what Orange Hitler would have said. But Biden said, "I know how hard it is some days to sweep the clouds away and get to sunnier days. We have to be there for each other, offer our help to a neighbor in need, and above all else, ask for help when we need it. Even though it's hard, you're never alone. Okay, these are the things that I want to hear from my president. All right, just I don't give a fuck. He didn't write it. Could give a fuck. Okay, it came from his account. They said he said it. I'm good with that. Can you imagine what Orange Hitler possibly could have said? Okay, right.
He would have said something about himself.
That part.
He would have personalized it. And this, if nothing else, this message, you can take it either way. It's like, look out, because what's the saying people say? Check in on your strong friends, that sort of thing. To me, the bigger message here is, look, sometimes people put a good front on, but a lot of times they're not doing as well as you think they are. So check in on your friends, just like Elmo did. That to me is the message.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not a, Trump would have made that shit about himself.
First of all, real talk, Trump would have not even addressed it, like, seriously. But let's say he did. He'd have been like, oh, what, y'all out here, you whiny babies? Get your shit together. Like, he wouldn't even made about himself. He would have talked shit about you. Like, crybabies, like, whatever.
He probably would have been like, Elmo's a loser.
That's it, Sarah. That's it. Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, there you
Why
go.
are you listening to a loser puppet? You're all a bunch of puppets. This whole country's puppets. That's part of the problem we have. We need less puppets. And you're like, all right, take your little pill and go to bed, okay?
He'd have been like his previous owner used to play with little boys. Something ratchet and messy.
Horrible. Something absolutely terrible. And again, we don't have that anymore. The shit he's saying as like a not president, okay? Like the crazy shit he's talking about right now, he's not in the White House. Keep his ass out of there. Okay, finishing up. Elmo responded eventually. He said, wow. Elmo is glad he asked. Elmo learned that it is important to ask a friend how they're doing. Elmo will check again soon, friends. We'll check in again soon, friends. Elmo loves you. Yay, heart. Sorry, because thinking about Elmo, y'all remember when he was having that problem with his friend and her pet rock, her imaginary friend, or the pet rock friend, and Elmo was like, I am tired of you.
I remember that. We covered that shit.
Yeah, we did, because that was awesome. So, look, Elmo got a couple layers to him. Don't front. Okay.
Not layers.
Yeah.
They all do. I mean, we got Oscar. I mean, we got layers,
Yeah, absolutely. While we were talking about campaign slogans, I do want to note that Danielle said bidets for 2024.
You deserve it. You deserve it.
Look, student loan forgiveness and bidets for 2024. Yes. Okay, can we work with that?
Yeah. So close to it.
Yeah, I feel like there's something there. So next headline is a woman in China has decided to leave her $2.8 million fortune to her dogs and cats and nothing to her children. So a wealthy woman in China has decided to do this. And her 3 children will get nothing. She's from Shanghai. She decided to cut her children out of her will because she felt they neglected her in her old age and did not visit when she was ill. So now her will dictates that the money must be spent on her pets and their offspring after she dies. So the money is going to be basically like being administered by a local veterinary clinic.
So when I read this earlier, you know what I did? Looked up flights to China. I'm out of here. That woman needs somebody to support her and care about her, and I'm willing to be that person. Those kids, damn kids. Like, I got you. I got you on this, lady.
Y'all know that Michael Jordan meme that says "fuck them kids"? Yeah, that's
like, I will come. I'll make you some tea and stuff. Like, we got this. Like, we'll raise the dogs and cats until you're. We see you off and everything's sweet good,
Sarah, at this point, Sarah, you probably have to get in line because this is a bunch of people probably like, hey, Ma, I got you. What's up? Where you at? Go ahead.
I mean, what the fuck her kids do? What do kids do to her? I mean, I'm assuming her kids are good, so,
So I saw a couple of responses and most people were like, that's fucked up. I can't believe she's doing that. But somebody else was like, what did she do to the kids? Maybe she was a terrible mother. And I'm like,
Or the kids got good jobs and they don't need their mama's money. I mean, it's,
They should still be, you got to check on your mama. Like, come on, that's just terrible. Like, you can't just leave her out in the house by herself with the dogs and the cats. That's just not cool.
No.
But it's really going to like the animal, whatever, what place, the animal refuge, whatever, that's going to take care of the dog and cat. So really she's donating $2.8 million to them because they ain't going to spend $2.8 million on them dog and cats. They going to spend out maybe a lot of dog and cat. They ain't going to spend all that on them dog and cat. She going to be gone. it's like, no, I mean, no. But I will tell y'all, when I was a lawyer in Massachusetts, one of the craziest things I ever saw in the courtroom, it was the Putty Cat case. There was this old lady in Massachusetts, her cat Putty Cat. She had set up the Putty Cat Trust. You can look it up online. It's crazy. She had the Putty Cat Trust. She had put all of her money into that, and she wanted, when she died, for these other ladies in her building to take care of Putty Cat and take care of the trust. And they were stealing from that trust. And oh boy, yeah,
well, of course they were.
Okay. Last thing, of terms of what's on our shelf flow. So I saw this tweet and I was like, I wanted to share this tweet. It's a retweet, whatever I don't know, what's it called? Repost, reacts, whatever fuck he was trying to call it. It's a retweet. And the part I read first was women in tech. And then there's this visual. Antoine, you got the visual?
It's going to take me a second because I'm still stuck on Elmo, but I'm going to have it up in a second.
I love
and
it.
Then, I don't know either one of you guys want to describe the image once it's up.
It's a stripper shoe with a QR code. It's a stripper shoe with a QR code in it, and I'm telling y'all right now, that shit ain't gonna work.
In the heel.
Yeah, that shit ain't gonna work.
The base, the platform part.
The light behind the QR code would obscure that part of the QR code when you try to focus your camera on it, so it's not gonna work. That shit don't work.
So
you would have to turn the light off. If you turn the light off, you can do it.
I mean, maybe they're trying. Are we calling them? I thought we were calling them dancers. Now I didn't think we're still saying strippers.
I believe in it.
Okay, dancers. You know what I meant.
I mean, that's what the comment said, but I thought I just was trying to have us be PC because respect, because that talk about athleticism,
performers.
Oh, yes.
Like that's the whole next level right there.
Dancers.
Okay,
Your Majesty. I just like saying it.
No.
They do have those stripper pole workout classes too. So
I just saw one. I think it was in Culver City. I put it down. It was I took a picture of it. I've
tried one. That shit is not for the weak.
Yeah, the one.
I probably would have broken my ankles. Let's be honest.
Look, like that upper body strength you need and your core. That's a real legit workout. Please do not sleep on these women and the skills that they possess.
No.
Okay.
No.
Look, hanging upside down. Go ahead, Antoine.
No. Just I concur.
It's literally gymnastics. What they do. It's like gymnastics type stuff. It's like what you do on the bar.
Yes. Yeah.
You just flip the bar the other way. That's all. They just flipped it from horizontal to vertical.
That part. So thank you for tuning in.
Yes.
Our next episode, Friday, 7 p.m. Tell a friend, tell a lot of friends, tell a couple friends. How about this? Tell 2 friends and tell them subscribe. Also, because there was a bunch of more stories that came out that we don't do 2-hour shows anymore because 3 times a week. But so Congresswoman Cori Bush, they called her loud and said her husband was a thug. We're gonna talk about that. And I know Antoine's been. I think you've been wanting to talk about Fonnie Willis and her relationship and that whole debacle of a thing. We gonna.
Oh yeah.
I just want to address it.
He divorced his wife, right?
Yes, he did.
He divorced his wife. Yeah.
We will talk a little bit more in depth about it on Friday.
Strategy.
There was also a social media hearing or child advocacy. They call it a couple different things. There are some points to be made, but at the same time, this was a little aggravating to listen to. So I want to discuss that on Friday. And then there's a show on OWN called Ready for Love. And there's a couple of clips floating around of these engagements, these interactions between men and women. Friday. We're going to talk about it on Friday. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So thank you guys for watching. This is the Madness Collective. Sarah, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Sarah. Nice little reunion tonight.
Yes.
Good to see the fam.
Yes, absolutely. Dion,